Hello my friends, this is Wakeangel2K1 and I decided to check out my own local Target today and I found that they are getting in some new Sonic toys. Specifically, they got in the new 2.5-inch wave which included Crabmeat. Hooray! This is also the wave that has classic Tails in it, but that one was already sold out. And I did see Sonic and Metal Sonic, but I already have those two, and I already have Motobug as well. There was one of them there too. But yeah, the only new figures for this wave are Classic Tails and Crabmeat. I'm not really collecting the 2.5-inch figures, and Crabmeat, hooray! It is pretty good that I can go to my own stores and find the Sonic toys and not have to rely so much on Zeus the Fox. For the record, we also got the 4-inch movie figures into my store, so I did see a Tails and a Robotnik there, but it seems that the regular 4-inch figures are still stuck on the Neon wave. Like, we haven't even gotten into Silver Omega wave yet, so yeah, that's gonna be a pain. Anyway, 6 points of articulation, that's interesting. And despite their name, Crabmeat are not to be consumed. You can find them scuttling along slowly through various zones. So huzzah! We have the Crabmeat Badnik. So let's go ahead and get him out of this blister bubble and, see what this guy is like compared to the other Badniks we've gotten so far. Taken out of the packaging, Crabmeat is small. S-M-O-L tiny. This guy. He is so small. Like, we'll get to that, but this is easily the smallest feeling Badnik so far. So, like I said, this thing is supposed to boast some articulation, so let's take a look. Arms are on ball joints, so we can do this, he can do that, and they can rotate around, so, like pew pew pew. I like how there's little guns sculpted into the claws. So do this little fireball dropping thing. The eyes, I feel like the eyes are articulated, very googly. So, you can look over there. Like, I'm still making eye contact. Or you can have them be all derpy with the eyes looking in opposite directions. Like, which way do I go? So yeah, that's still good. So that's what, 4? And then each of the legs is individually ball jointed. That's impressive considering how tiny they are. Of course, I just find myself spreading them out as much as I can to make sure that they're creating a wide enough face, because if you move them wrong, then his eyes make him front heavy. So like, they didn't have to make those legs articulated. Might have been better if they didn't make the legs articulated, but they did. So, I don't know, I feel like he's looking down a little bit. Like, if you look at where the dot eyes go, like he has a downward gaze going on. But yeah, surprising amounts of articulation on little tiny Crabmeat here. And I just bumped my camera with my arm, sorry about that. And, well, this is probably one of the simplest little things. This thing looks like... It's so simple. I feel like I could have made this. But it's just so darn cute. I can't even. It's just adorable. So I guess the only thing to do now is to do some comparisons. Why don't we take the Lego Ideas Crabmeat, which, yeah, they're about the same size. I mean, in terms of claw span, yeah. I mean, if I tilt these up, he's even as tall as him. So yeah, almost exactly the same size as a Lego Crabmeat. That's hilarious. And then if I compare it to the Sonic Boom Crabbot, Crabbot is clearly much larger because of its bigger leg span. Although Crabmeat is taller because of its posture, so, there's things. Also, like, Crabbot is just, more menacing looking with that skull-like face. And, as a special little bonus, May and Kirby's 3D model of the Crabmeat that I made. Although remember, this is more generation styled, so that's why this one looks more techy. But, yes. The 3D one made by May and Kirby from Tinkercad is significantly larger when printed in the intended scale. So that is the story of Crabmeat. It's very adorable, very tiny, and I feel like well, let's get the other two guys in here. Let's zoom the camera out a little bit, and we have the Motobug, and we have the Buzz Bomber, all made by the same line. And I know technically speaking, I think these guys are all supposed to be based off of their appearance from Sonic Lost World, but given the overall aesthetics, I can't help but feel like each one of these represents a different generation. I mean, with those big crazy eyes and the weird posture, this is very unmistakably how the Badniks looked in Sonic Lost World. But with the smaller, more serious looking face and the extra detailing on its tech greeble, the Motobug looks like it came out of Sonic Generations, while Crabmeat, being so small and so round and cute, this one looks a lot like the original sprite art from the actual Genesis game. So it feels like each one of these Badniks represents a different generation of the Sonic the Hedgehog universe. Like we got original Genesis era, we got the Generations game, and then we have Lost World. Like it's kind of weird. I feel like these guys don't aesthetically match with each other. I mean, I guess these two match a little bit better, but then the Motobug really looks out. I think it's because of its eyes. Like, Motobug's eyes look so, like, mechanical. But these guys, with their big googly eyes, like, they just look different. I mean, they all have different eyes. I mean, this guy has full-on irises with, like, constricted pupils and everything. This thing is just dots and circles. And this thing is, like, it has a full-on eyelid. And, like, there is no white to the eye. It's all just blue and a blue eye with a pupil. It's so weird. It's so weird how each one of the individual Badniks looks like it should be from a completely different time period of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. But yeah, that's just the ramblings of a crazy old Sonic fan. This means that there's only really two Badniks left from the original Green Hill level, and I'm wondering if Jakks Pacific will actually do them. One would be Chopper, the Piranha Badnik that would jump out from under those bridges, and the other is Neutron, who had two forms, one of which was a camouflage one that would just appear on walls and spit out fireballs, and the other of which was again, a camouflage one, but then it would drop down, turn into a rocket, and propel itself along the ground. And I'm wondering, like, will they do the two of those? If they do Neutron, I would hope that they would give it just enough articulation that it could look like a little lizard, but then you'd be able to tuck its legs in, straighten out its tail, and make it the missile. Like, that would be my big hope. But yeah, on its own, Crabmeat is a perfectly cute, tiny little thing. You can probably get yourself a dozen of these things and just set up like a little stop motion thing where you do that commercial where they like what was that, like a beer commercial or something where the cars are going whoop 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 whoop. I don't know. So I hope you enjoy this video and hit up your local Targets to see if you can find this little guy. And I will be seeing you next time. Wakeangel2K1 signing off.